to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 5th of August, Mercury retrograde begins in Virgo. This transit is exalted, bringing challenges despite Mercury's strong placement in Virgo. Thorough scrutiny of your emails and plans to avoid missteps. Dive into tasks that require painstaking review and exactness. Prepare for interruptions and devise contingency plans. Devote attention to revising and fine-tuning existing projects. Maintain flexibility and responsiveness to shifting circumstances. Please watch my comprehensive video of Mercury retrograde in Virgo and its effect on each sun, moon and rising sign. On the 6th of August, the moon in Virgo squares Mars in Gemini. This transit brings potential conflicts and tension. Redirect fresh frustration into productive activities. Engage in tasks requiring precision and attention. Prepare for disagreements and keep a calm demeanor. Focus on assignments that demand mental clarity and precision. Stay composed and avoid hasty reactions. On the 7th, the Sun in Leo sextiles Jupiter in Gemini. This transit is beneficial, enhancing optimism and expansion. Participate in activities that broaden your knowledge and experiences. Pursue new opportunities or educational experiences with eagerness. Concentrate on both personal and professional development. Embrace challenges for travel or exploring new territories. Enjoy the uplifting and expansive influences. On the 8th, the moon in Libra trines Pluto in Aquarius. This transit is favorable, bringing emotional depth and transformation. Engage in deep conversations that lead to new understandings. Participate in activities that foster personal growth and healing. Investigate dimensions of your deeper relationships. Focus on transformative changes and releasing old patterns. Seize opportunities to strengthen connections. On the 9th, Juno enters Libra until the 4th of September 2024. Juno represents commitment, marriage and partnerships. In Libra, it emphasizes balance, fairness and harmony in relationships. Assess the equilibrium in your close relationships. Engage in actions that encourage fairness and equality. Resolve disputes and restore harmony. Focus on cultivating mutually supportive relationships. On the 10th, the moon enters Scorpio. The moon is in fall in Scorpio, bringing intensity and emotional depth. Engage in pursuits requiring focus and deep dedication. Delve into your inner drives and motivations. Concentrate on transformative projects and personal evolution. Overlook obstacles with determination. Harness emotional intensity in productive ways. On the 11th, the moon in Scorpio sextiles Venus in Virgo. This transit is harmonious, promoting emotional connection and practicality. Deepen relationships through heartfelt discussions. Engage in activities that merge passion and precision. Show gratitude through thoughtful, practical gestures. Improve both your emotional and physical surroundings. Enjoy the balance between deep emotions and practical efforts. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Make our wave. Namaste, Big Cat. Grand Rising. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for messages for your next 7 days. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Big Cat Wave. Let's dive in and unpack. Give it a good shufty. Oh, you have the double two, darling dears. I love it. I don't hate it, darling dears. Represented by the master number 4 or a 22. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. The energy of the 22 is telling me that you are a builder over the next 7 days. Yes, baby. You could be a life path 4, 13, 22, or 31. Okay, represented by of the letters D, M, and V. The number 4 is representative of Aquarius, which is D, M, and T. The number 4 is also ruled by the North Node, darling dears. So this is about your future, darling dears, where you're heading towards. It's about you developing new capabilities that you're able to utilize within your what? Time frame, darling dears, your paradigm. Okay. You are going to be a strategist over the next 7 days, darling. There's a full-on organizer and planner. Your luckiest numbers will be the 3, 6, and 9. Your luckiest days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Avoid the numbers 1, 3, 5, and 9. It's also representative of an astrological square. So it's talking about powerful conflict, darling dears, which was tight, extremely frustrating, but it created some kind of an impasse. This impasse is going to bring in a new structure within your life, darling dear. So something that you've been working hard towards. Okay, it speaks about the rebellion in you, the Uranus energy. It also speaks about something being online, or something online shocking you, or having a major shock to your system, darling dears. A shock which is going to create full-on freedom in your life. It tells me that you're extremely trustworthy, darling dears. Yes, you've had limitations, but you've managed to what? Overcome them. Why? You use the Uranus energy, being the rebel of everything, darling dears. Okay. The energy of the 2-2 tells me that whatever you've been wishing for, darling dears, your deepest, most secret wish is going to be granted over the next 7 days. It also tells me if you are in a position of leadership, maybe you're going to be assuming a leadership position in your job, your school, your community, whatever you've got going on, darling dears. Remember, I told you, you got that what? Strategic mind over the next 7 days. Yes, you are a builder. Yes, you are creating something stable, darling dears. But it also tells me that you are a problem solver. You keep it real. You keep it real going all the way. Well, you're an earth sign after all, darling dears. You're also remembering to what? Ground yourself and focus on you. This is what is going to activate a new level of wealth, success, and prosperity. And it's all associated with your finances, your physical body, what you're investing in. It could be also something to do with business or real estate, because the energy of the 4 is also the 4th house. The 4th house is what you do behind closed doors, your comfortability, darling dears. It could be in the form of inheritance. On the female side, it's from a woman. On the male side, it's from a man. It has something to do with lean in, bestie, something to do with your real estate, your residence. Maybe you're changing a residence over the next 7 days, darling dears. It's about your early foundation. The energy of the 4 also speaks about your ancestral team. So you're being protected over the next 7 days, guided, I might add. The energy of the double 4 also speaks about family emotions that are being directed at you at this moment in time, darling dears. Yes, it is. All of this and that, darling dears. This and that. Okay. Let's press on. So family emotions are on you, like white on rice, eh? What do they want? Let's split the deck in two so we can get a full, comprehensive answer. What's going on? Why is the family sending emotions your way? Oh, karma a kill out them quatty. They're going through it, darling dears. They're going through it. Okay, let's look on the second pile. What else? Oh, good golly and gosh. We've got what? The 11th house, darling dears. The 11th house is Aquarius energy ruled by Uranus. Yes, we're back in Uranus again, darling dears. So a sudden change to your situation. The 11th house is also people looking at how you make your money. Maybe you're moving in too much silence, darling dears. Maybe you've adopted the Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Yeah. You also have what? The Death card, darling dears. This is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. The Death card is the 8th house Scorpio energy, darling dears. So you're going to be gaining something. It could be through a partnership, money being paid to you in the form of a legacy, wills, retirement, definitely some form of a sexual relationship coming towards you, darling dears. And again, this is related to karma and money and debt. But it also speaks about your spiritual awakening, darling dears. You utilizing your gray matter cells, darling dears. Yes, you're using them for your intuition and discernment. You also have what? The mask wearing marauder. Yes. Coming with the bull swanky and the subterfuge, darling dears. So family members, the 11th house is also representative of your older siblings, adoptive family members. Again, it represents something that you may be doing online, darling dears. You may have something on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever. You're doing something online, darling dears. A lot of family energy is being directed at you, but they're going through some kind of karma, and it's a situation that you're not going back to for all the tea in China, darling dears. It's also got something to do with your assets. Maybe because the 8th house could also represent you receiving something in the form of a legacy, darling dears. This real estate, a property, a home. Yeah, definitely moving forward, darling dears. Yeah, you've got some kind of medical issue that you're going through at this moment in time. Or they may be. Well, whoever it is, they can't come back. How about that? Let's go to your Oracle Ancestral message. I'm going to use the Life Lesson deck. Why not, eh? Yeah, we've got the double one on top. The snake eyes, darling dears. The snake eyes. Someone from the past who you haven't seen for a while. You're going to be having some form of reunion. We've got a 3 and a 4 on the side. The energy of the 7. Analyze everything, darling dears. Pay attention to all paperwork going across your table. Remember, we are fast approaching. Today is Mercury retrograde in Virgo, darling dears, up until the 28th of oh my gosh, up until 28th of August, darling dears. So what's the life lesson card want you to know? What does your Oracle Ancestral message want you to know at this moment in time? Pay attention to everything. The energy of the 7 is a highly spiritual number. Listen to your intuition and discernment. It should be on fleek over the next 7 days. Yeah, mask wearing marauders. That's a lot of cards, darling dears. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not. Thank you. Yeah, your strength, darling dears. This is like the 8th house. It tells me that you had to be your own hero in a situation. It tells me that you've been avoiding some kind of stress, some kind of fighting, arguing, darling dears. It's like you're standing your ground, you're standing in your confidence. It speaks into your courage, your bravery, as well as the mental growth that you've achieved, darling dears. It tells me that you are standing in your authority. People are remembering what type of person you was in your life. Maybe you was flamboyant. Maybe you was loyal, darling dears, in your flamboyancy. Energy of the heart, darling dears, all to do with the heart. Energy of the strength is what? Big cat Leo energy, darling dears. Tells me that you are vivacious. You was protective around these family members. Yes. But it also speaks about the controlling, stubborn, and vain behavior that they perpetrated against your good. You. Being strong. This looks like one of the Vikings. You know the was it the Shield Maiden? She'd kill everybody on the field, row the boat back to wherever they came from, and be at home by, what, 6 p.m. to cook dinner, darling dears. I'm telling you, she don't play. Your strength, darling dears, it looks like you wrapped yourself in the whole armor of God, whatever you was going through, darling dears. Psalms 91:1. Remember I told you that. You got the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the belt of truth, the sword of spirit. Your foot is shod in the gospel, and your helmet is the helmet of salvation. You went through some things, darling dears, but remember, the energy of the 4 is telling me that you are protected no matter what's going on. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Sure. Okay. Did we get some? No, not from this deck. Okay, we'll move along. Which one? This one? This one. Okay. Give it a quick shufty. Wake up the deck. leading with love. Make sure it's self-love first, darling dears. If you're on an airplane, it's going down, Bobby Brown. You have to protect you first before you can help anyone else. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Yes, you can see the good in all things, darling dears, but some things were bad from, was it? There was bad at night time and it's still bad during the day, darling dears. Recognize that certain situations had to come to an end. Yes, you can love them from a distance, darling dears. From a distance, quietly in your own mind. Don't demonstrate it, darling dears. Why? They'll be back like what? Beetlejuice or Candyman. Remember I told you that. Okay, base of the deck. We've got abundance. Didn't I say money's coming towards you, darling dears? Be prepared for the incoming of it all. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. You can manifest anything you want, darling dears. I told you how to manifest. It's when you think about something, darling dears, but you've got all of the emotions around it, how it will feel to have it, how it will change your life. That's how you manifest, darling dears, especially with what? Leo having its new moon. It started today, okay, the 4th, because tomorrow is the 5th, and you've got that energy, plus you've got the Mercury retrograde causing you to what? Pay attention to any documentations coming your way, darling dears. Pay close attention for the hoodwincation of it all, or somebody trying to mask some kind of inheritance that's meant to be for you. Okay. What else can I tell you about this? The energy of the 4, darling dears. This is the low shoe grid, okay? The 4th corner is represented by southeast direction. Maybe it's something coming from the southeast, or you're going towards the southeast. The energy of the 4 is representative of what? Wealth, darling dears. Skrilla.com, prosperity, darling dears. And it also speaks about your self-worth. Your power colors over the next 7 days will be purple, green, and gold. Can we quickly just slide into Uranus, darling dears? Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, darling dears. Again, it speaks about you being unpredictable in a situation, utilizing your genius and using that to what? Activate exactly what you deserve, which is abundance, darling dears. Something different is about to change in your life. You do something online, and I'm not going to change what I say. You're doing something, darling dears. You're about to have an upswing, because the energy of the 11th house also represents your audience, your fans, darling dears. Get an appreciation from others, other people giving you money. Remember I told you that. The death card to whatever you left behind, darling dears. It's dodo dead. Okay. Speaks about the wounds that you achieved or got from a particular person, place, or thing. It also speaks about your occult-ability, so you've tapped in, darling dears. Astrology, numerology, tarot, whatever means you've used, darling dears. It helped your transformation. It also speaks about clairvoyance as well as clairaudient. Yes, you're all of these, darling. It's all coming out now. You can't hide. Okay. Excuse me, s'il vous plaît. To the decks, to the decks. Let me get a deck I haven't used in a while. Use the gold deck. Base of the deck, we've got the Emperor. This could be your future partner coming towards you. It could be a husband or wife, because you know gender is fluid. It also speaks about you being protected, darling dears, in every situation. You may even be an entrepreneur. Remember I told you that. Tells me that you're extremely solid, darling dears. If it's a partner, this partner, you're going to have an age difference between you, darling dears. It speaks about the person being highly intuitive. Yes, 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 and yes again. Again, it speaks about the accomplishments that you've made. Standing in your own power. It also speaks into your ambitions, darling dears, things that you keep to yourself. Well, you're under the moon, under the new moon in Leo at this moment in time. Use that energy, darling dears, to co-create whatever you want. Okay. Because the Emperor energy comes in on what? The energy of the 4, darling dears. You are the whole army, from the foot soldier up to the commandante. So you can trust in any intuition, any discernment, whatever comes to mind, darling dears. It's telling me that where you live, your word is law. You've been stubborn, you've been fearless, and now you have to what? Face the music of the what? Big news coming towards you. It could also be in the form of wisdom being gifted to you at this moment in time. Wisdom that will be of great importance for the signing of some form of documentation over the next 7 days. The Emperor is Mars and Aries energy. So Mars is about aggression. It can be about violence, but it's also about the deception that's coming to you from the what? The outside family members that don't like you, darling. They don't like whatever you got going on. They're very upset. Good golly and gosh. Well, put love first and mind your bee's knees, darling dear. Easter Island, Stevie Wonder, what's that? Love and light. I mean, two of these and one of those. Right. How is your relationships looking over the next 7 days? Fell right into my hand, darling dears. You're about to travel, darling dears. It also speaks about news coming to you from a distance, which is going to be to your benefit. Energy of the Wands also speaks about your work. Okay. The energy of the Eight of Wands also speaks about what? True love's first kiss. Cupid's arrows. Listen, this is how I feel about Cupid. He needs one of them because he saw your Akashic record and sent wickedness your way. Well, they did in the past. Base of the deck, darling dears, and again we have the Strength card. Yeah, it's because you're strong, darling dears. And it also speaks about you moving towards a stronger relationship. It tells me that you are on a spiritual journey, darling dears. It's for you to what? Be confident and trust the mental growth that you've acquired up to this point. Again, it's reminding you to stay away from the drama.com, darling dears. Continue to be the flamboyant, loyal person you are. Just because you was in a bad situation doesn't mean that you have to carry it forward, darling dears. Again, this is travel. Okay. Energy of the 8th house also speaks about swift movement coming towards you. It could be in the form of email, snail mail, messaging. But it's definitely an action message, darling dears. And I still see some form of travel as far as your relationship is concerned. Being strong, okay? Base of the deck, because you went through you kissed a lot of frogs, darling dears. You did, as far as your relationships are concerned, but yet you still have the Two of Cups. So yes, you guarded your heart, Proverbs 4:23, but you didn't close your heart, darling dears. The energy of the Two of Cups is what you're seeking is seeking you. Remember, I told you that. As far as a relationship is concerned, this could also be a person that does not come from your country. This person that's coming from a distance towards you. Is that so? Is that so? Yeah, you're manifesting, darling dears. You're manifesting. And again, Gemini 3rd house, it speaks about short distance travels by your car, any form of ground transportation. It also represents somebody who has asthma at this moment in time and somebody traveling by boat. But you're manifesting what? A partner. Remember, I told you that. But you have to also be careful. Yes, you've been through some bad things in a relationship, darling dears. Be careful of hoodwinkers because they're coming in as well. You're a shining bright light at this moment in time. So what? Read between the lines. Get their birth natal chart. Find out she's naive, darling dears. You have so much at your disposal that you can't be trapped in the same what? Fucking ease you found yourself in before. This is the time to what? To what? Get your third eye buffed up to a bishy and shine. Single and independent. Your relationships are looking good. You may even be solo dolo like the boys or girls on the pole. Something new coming in, but it also speaks about you continuing to listen to your highest mind. Again, stay away from drama.com. Don't involve yourself. You may be getting some call from someone from the past. Maybe it's because you have a health matter, darling dears. Maybe they're trying to come in. But if they're coming in, they're a mask-wearing marauder, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls. And if you let them back in, this is how they'll be laughing. Single and independent, yeah? Going forward. It also speaks about your money. You've got some money coming towards you, darling dears. Tell me about this money. There's a lot of cards. Yeah, possibly to do with a work issue, darling dears. It could also speak about retirement, leaving a situation, going towards something which is more fitting. Some of you, again, this is a travel card. You've got travel definitely on the cards over the next 7 days. Yeah, recuperating from a situation. Could be from something to do with the air. Air is something to do with the mind. You are healing, darling dears, from a situation. Definitely travel on the cards. Okay. Oh my God. Wherever you're leaving behind, darling dears, again, you're being guided to what? Pay attention to your intuition and discernment. You're about to step into the spotlight, darling dears, being recognized in the field. Whatever your forte is, darling dears, expect you to go up in esteem and be recognized by your known community. Justice is what? The 7th house, darling dears. The house of open enemies. One-to-one
contractual or relationships, darling dears. It also speaks about the lower court. Maybe you're going to have to take someone to court for defamation of character. Yes, do it, darling dears. If they're doing it and you got a proof, take them to court. Yep, 100%. That's the truth roof. Pinkies up. Love it. Can I get one more card on the money, please? World card, a fresh start, darling. That's all you need. You have a fresh start. It also speaks about what? The Marauders would love to come back in, darling dears. But this speaks about a desirable outcome. This is a fresh start for you, a new cycle. Continue to listen to the wise choices coming towards you. Never forget, you are in what? Uranus energy. Anything can happen, darling dears. Good, bad, or indifferent. But remember, nothing will happen unless you put your mind towards it. Like I said, focusing on what you want to bring in. Telling you to what? Trust what's coming towards you at this moment in time. Again, this is worldwide travel. Someone's involved in agriculture. Okay. And Saturn is about the physical world as well as scientific law. You could be in the sciences, something to do with the physical world, darling dears, medicines, caretaking. Be a caretaker. Whatever it is, darling dears, it's on the up and up. This is a new beginning and a second chance for you. This is about you achieving a level of discipline that's allowed you to overcome certain limits. And also, don't forget, they're still watching you. The mouth breathers. Yes, yes, yes. The children of the corn. Let them watch. Give them something to talk about. Let's get one final card. And then we're out of here. To get great. Personal issue is about to reach resolution. Just saw 22 on the counter, darling dears. This is a good omen. You are on the right path, darling dears. It's also representative of what? The flower of life. You're in alignment. Something significant is being gifted to you, darling dears. A situation is reaching its culmination. I already said there's an ending to a situation, but you're going towards something greater, something that involves Uranus energy online. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share these messages or massages with whomsoever you feel needs it. And please don't forget to leave a comment, because your comment is a survival kit for another big cat. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.